Good morning, chickadees. Welcome back to another day. So yesterday I wanted to do this chicken and dumplings in the crock pot, but I got up too late. And I want this to cook for a little while. I think I'm going to do probably six and a half hours on low. And I just didn't have that amount of time yesterday in order to get it done. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to start this, and then I'm going to jump back in bed and pull the covers up because I don't know about y'all, but we're part of that storm belt, and it's a little chilly. I only have plug-in heaters in 2 rooms to keep my painting room warm and my bedroom. So if I'm not in those, the rest of the house is cold. Whew. Okay, anyway, chicken and dumplings. I had switched to using potato gnocchi as the dumpling quite a while ago, but when I went to look for that yesterday, I didn't have any. And so I was digging around thinking, yes, I can make gnocchi, or yes, I can make dumplings, but do I have something? This year, my goal is to use as much out of my pantry and freezer as I already have, and really cut my shopping down with the exception of fresh produce. So I dug around and I found I had bought some Pillsbury pizza crust. And there are recipes that use like Grand's biscuits and things like that. And I was like, oh, well, pizza crust. It will, if you've ever seen those dumplings that are more like, they're almost more like flat rectangular noodle types. I think that's what this will do. Same basic idea though. Okay, so that you don't put in until about an hour before it's done. So I have some Members Mark chicken broth and a chicken breast, 1 can of creamy chicken soup. This is probably my favorite flavoring mix that I've found. I can make my own, but I really like this one. This is the Pioneer brand chicken and dumplings mix, and basically it already has your cornstarch for thickening things up and all of that in there. So I'm going to do that, and then veggie wise, you know how I said I'm going to use what I've got. Today is the day of, real cooking. My carrots have sprouted and they have little furry roots on there, but they are still hard, and I'm just going to peel those. I bought a bag, the big bag. I think it's like 2 pounds or something. I bought that, and what I should have done and what I'm going to do today is the rest of them that I have washed in the sink, I'm actually going to put them through the little shredder, and I'm going to get those cut up so that I use them more readily than when they're like this. Now, the same thing with my Yukon Gold potatoes. They've all got a good bit of sprout going on, but they're still firm, so I'm going to cut these up and put those in there as well. And that's the end of that bag, so that'll be finished. And then I have a can of sweet peas. I do have frozen peas as well, and this is going to sound weird, but because the canned peas are not as nice a color, I actually prefer to cook with canned peas in things that I don't want to show the color, and I keep the frozen peas for when I want something pretty on the plate. So there you go. Now, most recipes will call for onions or celery. I've seen all of that in there. Texturally, I am not a fan of cooked celery or onions, and I don't find that it adds a tremendous amount of flavor for me, so I've just left that out. In the description box, I have put a couple of recipes. I'm going to use the crock pot today, but I have put a couple of recipes in there that you can use stovetop, crock pot, or Instant Pot. Now, the last thing I want to show you, and I don't know, you guys let me know if you use these. Last year, I got these silicone liners that go in the crock pot. I got a 2-pack, and I think they were, maybe $14 for a 2-pack. And this keeps your crock pot completely clean, and you just cook everything in this. You can get divided ones where there are 2 sections, or I did see a 3-section one if you wanted to cook 2 meals at the same time. That was kind of cool. But yeah, I have seen the disposable ones that are like the little bag, and then of course you could just use your crock pot. But I thought these were kind of cool, and I've used it probably half a dozen times. I haven't had it that long, but I've used it probably half a dozen times, and they work really, really well. The only thing I'll say is that I have a 6-quart, and when I put it in, it folds here because it's just slightly too big, and you get like a little fold. Now when you take the lid off the crock pot and it has condensation in it, a lot of times that condensation will fall into this pocket here, but all it's doing is falling into your normal crock pot liner. It doesn't hurt anything, but this particular one does not fit exactly. It's only just, I mean, it goes in there, but like I said, you get a little buckle here. Okay, enough jibber jabber. Let's get this on. Okay, so in the liner, I have to say this bugs me. I have 3 of those potatoes, the 3 carrots, chicken breast, and then this is just some dried parsley and some minced onion. Now, I like to go ahead and combine the soup and the seasoning mix so that it's not just, you don't just have lumpy soup and then it's hard to dissolve the mix. So I have that in a bowl with half the box of chicken broth, and then I'll just add the other part of the chicken broth. So the peas and well, technically I could put the peas in right now, but they're so soft that I don't want them to cook for another 6 hours. So I'm going to put them at the end with what I'm going to make the dumplings out of. So that is it. I'm going to put this in there, get this on for 6 hours, and in the last hour, so at hour 5, I'll add the peas and the dough. All right, the crock pot is crock-potting and doing its thing. And I am going to do some lunch. So I'm also going to do some salad prep. I find it way easier if things are already cut up and all you need to do is put them together in a salad. You will be more likely than if you're like, oh, I don't want to cut up cabbage. I don't want to cut up carrots right now. So I am going to chop up the rest of my carrots. I have a batch of spring onions and some purple cabbage. The carrot I'm just going to do in the little grater. And then I'm going to make and I'm going to take the caps off the strawberries and cut those up. And then I'm going to make a fantastic salad. So I have some baby spinach, grape tomatoes, those strawberries, baby corn, avocado I opened yesterday, a mandarin, or a clementine, I should say. I have some cornichons, which are the little baby pickled gherkin pickles. My favorite olives, the Loreto brand. These particular ones are garlic olives. Then I have some Feta, imitation bacon bits, and I'm going to try this raspberry vinaigrette from Walmart. I saw online some good reviews of that, and I like a nice tart, fruity dressing, so hopefully that is good. Then I'm also cleaning out my fridge and using up the last of my leftovers from this week. So I have one more serving of mac and cheese, and I have a chicken sausage. So I'm going to put this in the air fryer, and that's the only cooking that I need to do. This I just need to reheat, and then I just need to put my salad together. Welcome back for dinner. Does that look familiar? I didn't have it. I had my chicken sausage and mac and cheese, and I didn't eat my salad. So I'm just carrying that over for dinner. And here is the chicken and dumplings. So I have that. I got 6 servings out of it. and I'm going to let the other ones cool. I'll get those put away, and then I don't know. I need to track, because I wasn't sure how many servings I was going to get out of this, so I need to track, but I think I'll probably have some fruit and yogurt a little bit later, and then that will finish out my day.